Welcome to Viascope's webinar. Hello, I'm Onejo, an assistant manager in Viascope. Today, I will talk about network access control. This seminar has 5 parts. I will explain about NAC solution, IPScanNAC's features and benefits. After that, as a closing comment, Viascope's prospects in IT industry will be covered. To begin with, let me clarify what NAC is first. NAC was born to diminish unnecessary threats of cybersecurity as a collaborative security tool. Companies have thousands of endpoints within the enterprise perimeter, so the demand of visibility is emerging. NAC solution supports network visibility and access management through policy enforcement on devices and users of corporate networks. Every device on a network is a potential attack. Therefore, reconnaissance points should be discovered and secured. So NAC has been evolving just as the threat gets bigger. Let's see NAC's old and new. Traditional NAC was only AAA, so-called Authentication, Authorization, and Accounting. This AAA provides visibility into endpoints and devices. This mechanism has a critical role for sure, and from this concept, the old NAC hinders unusual network access and filter uncertain endpoint connection to the enterprise network. However, nowadays, customers look to NAC to solve various problems in depth as well. With the growth of BYOD, a great deal of third-party access and IoT made a strong point that we're no longer 100% about network security. Needlessly to say, NAC was required to be more than an authentication mechanism for endpoints. As a result, today's NAC helps companies to have visibility what exists on network and where it connects both wire and wireless. In the next slide, I will show you how much NAC market has been growing. This chart is from Quadrant Knowledge Solutions, Global NAC Market Outlook from 2016 to 2022. According to the research, the NAC market has seen strong, steady growth for several years, driven by increasing number and diversity of endpoint devices. Therefore, as a forecast, global NAC market is expected to grow big, up to $5.37 billion by 2023. Because of the awareness of NAC benefits, increasing regulation requirements, and adoption of digital technologies by large organizations, NAC adoption will continue to gain its domain. Consequently, new NAC technology is needed as network enterprises beyond the traditional security concept. NAC has been considered for protecting networks against IoT-driven devices. This is the time for all of us to take a closer look at what NAC protections can provide at present and our future. NAC vendors and we Viascope also will continue to innovate to meet new usage cases, mostly notably IoT, cloud, and further AI. Then why do you need IPScanNAC? In this chapter, I will gently point out the necessity of NAC once again, and I share more about IPScanNAC in details. Countless threats of cybersecurity has emerged lately. Also, it's evolving toward improved visibility and monitoring of network devices, more security features, and orchestration with other security products. All are tasked with one goal: controlling the access to a network using different methods and solutions. In the end, NAC is the last line of defense in network security. Cybersecurity challenges the world. I mean us. Malware and cyber attacks are driving additional NAC investment. The number of endpoints will grow exponentially. The network will expand. Network security needs an advanced complex management solution of security. NAC must be able to scale to handle this increase in endpoints. Now, we will move on to the IPScanNAC's features and functions. IPScanNAC has two different authentications. You can install agent, and then you have agent login, AD, LDAP authentication. Of course, it supports basic authentication as Windows and HRDB system too. Another one is agentless. This lets you free from installation of agent. Without agent, this offers unauthorized device check based on IP or MAC address. DHCP authorized device check, and an user can be authorized by applying for an account based on its IP and MAC information. So where can we actually experience from NAC's functions properly? IPScanNAC operates with or without on-device agents, as I mentioned before. On-device agent, you can centralize control so that you can enforce and manage policies in your office. Without agent, you can also control network access regardless of devices, smartphone, laptop, or wireless and wired connection. So it's so suitable for a factory which requires automation for IT administration. With the mandatory authentication mechanism, PC integrity inspection is critical. IPScanNAC controls all connected devices by checking compliance status of security policy in the network range. It supports various antivirus, security patch, registry, running process, etc. These are new features of ours. First, control HTTPS traffic session so we can enable HTTPS redirection. Authorization validity can be verified, and also detection is possible without agent. Lastly, we have been using IP4 since 7 years, but the world is running out of version 4, as you know. IPv6 doesn't seem to use actively, but we're ready to control IPv6 traffic, both authorized or unauthorized sites. Next, we have to find out the benefits of IPScanNAC. Earlier, we noted that three-step AAA is the core of the NAC. We also have the concrete authentication system. IP or MAC address authentication must be done as a fundamental stage of access control. And then, agent installation check is activated. The final step is login authentication. By checking ID and password, you can finalize the AD authentication integrity check. Let's dive in more benefits about IPScanNAC in the next slide. Let me introduce you our 6 benefits. First of all, NAC supports stable and efficient network service. Once you have IP conflict as a network error, we can detect it quickly and take care of it. Second, NAC enhances wired and wireless network security. Unauthorized users and systems are blocked, so you can finally manage integrated policies. With an absolute visibility of endpoints from IPScanNAC, you can detect suspicious activities and analyze data security incidents if an unfortunate event is taking place. In the end, your workplace becomes more efficient. NAC solutions nowadays must offer profiling, policy enforcement, guest access, more secure BYOD for better end users experience. Now we will check viewpoints drawn from our benefits. So where do the benefits go? If you're an end user, what can be a benefit for you? You're in the office using internet and intranet. Occasionally, you have to update or change your IT device's configuration. You don't need to be a master of IT specialist to obtain company's new policy and updated compliance, because NAC will let you know when and what to do. IT administrators used to struggle with too much observation and supervisions to make the enterprise network more secure. Since you have powerful centralized control power system, easy to recognize, analyze, and control. You're totally free from frequent error report calling in the middle of the night. Our dear customers, in last will be relief of anxiety of data breach. Also, this leads you to focus on bigger tasks and can experience better asset management. And most of all, IPScanNAC is cost-effective. So far, we talked about IPScanNAC, and as a last word, I will leave you a few comments of our vision. We do have a vision to become a network security solution leader along with the AI market's expansion. Our mission only can come true because we have sufficient big data from global experience and deep learning recognition as strength. We orchestrate companies' different security operations and protect our networks from exploitations of system vulnerabilities. With CloudNAC, we will offer global scale of service. Data center in each country will be used to control network service. Proper infrastructure will be designed by cloud service. We will provide you with all these requirements, and will continue to develop and grow advanced solutions for our current and future customers. This is all we have. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us. Thank you.